You know what
How
I'm
much
saying?
money y'all made off that film?
That's the reason why I didn't want to do the movie, because we was making, in comparison, way more money being on the road, and we had to leave the road to come do this film. The money was good money, but the money doing live touring was better. I'm looking at the history of hip hop in theater.
We was doing shows with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We was
exactly.
on.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do the movie, and because I'm looking at the history of it. Like I said, Run DMC. A lot of people forget they made a movie, Tougher Than Leather. You had Beach Street. All of these movies that became cult classics in time, but in the box office at the time. So I'm like, who is Kid and Play? If Run DMC can't pull off a movie, who is Kid and Play to run? And I know why it was successful later, but I was outvoted by him and Herbie, because that was an agreement we had. Majority wins. They outvoted me, and we ended up doing it. The best thing that I ever was wrong about. And the money was good, but the money on the road at the time, and that almost leads me to something I'm gonna talk to you about. Well, I'll get into that later.
Yeah,
But
that's late. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was. I think it was. It was a vibe. To Play's point, were we making more money out on the road from week to week? Yes, we were. For what I got paid for House Party, but there was something about it. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the vibe when they saying like don't think short. That's short money. You know what I mean? That's tour money is short money.
What a
You
great
know-
man once said to me, and don't forget your thought,
Yeah.
you don't want to be penny wise and pound foolish.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that was the vibe.
That's what and he literally told me, he said, Play, you have the thing to be really good in this thing, because we was negotiating a new record. Fred Mineo was the one who said it to me, but you need to be careful not to be penny wise and pound foolish. And I wasn't thinking about
and
what we could do.
And I'm not
if
saying
this
I
thing
was.
never-
First of all, anybody that knows me knows I ain't no financial genius. I'm just a vibe guy, and I'm like, this thing here, it feels like it could be something. Now, you know, we probably not getting the money that we could get elsewhere doing that stuff. But I was of the mindset, and I told Play and I told Herbie, I was like, man, I got a feeling about it. Like when I read the original script, it wasn't all the way there, but it was the closest thing. We had been approached with scripts before, and a lot of them was trash. They was just like really silly, you know what I mean, like donkey shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we're not going on like that. But this one was different. This one had a heart. And I was like, you know what? If it's 75% there, I said, I feel we could get it the rest of the way, or really pretty close. And that's what ended up happening. And, I mean, you know, that's a game changer.
I think for
man.
Herbie, it was a good move, because it was a reason for us to be in L.A., you know,
Yeah, that's
to actually like live there, and you know, the women and the vibe and all that stuff. The mystique of L.A. in regards to the fact that, you know, we've never really been there to experience. And we're going to be, professionally, you call it, we were the principals. But to be the stars of our own movie, you know what I'm saying, sounded really good, you know.
I mean, but I'm about to, I can ask you the same question. Like, when Mind Playing Tricks on You was presented to you, was there any way in the world that you would think that it would become the blockbuster that it was? Did you even like it at first?
Well, I look at all the songs like my children. You know, like each one of those songs, I put my foot into. I don't care if I'm doing a song about concrete. It's gonna be the coldest damn concrete song you ever heard. So that's how I approach songs. I don't try to write hits, I try to write classics. Just write songs that you will never forget. So when I did Mind Playing Tricks, I just put my foot into it, and then I went on by my business. And so I didn't know what Mind Playing Tricks was going to become.
So when they bring just for my own edification, because I'm curious, right? So when they bring Mind Playing Tricks to you, is it just the track? Is Face and Bill on it?
No, Face.
Or how, you know what I'm saying?
When I first heard it, I think.
Who produced that joint?
I
Did Red?
think-
Did Red do? Who produced that
Man,
joint?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't really know. I don't really know.
I hear
I
you.
don't really know who did
Les,
what.
who did that?
I don't really know who did what because I think I just heard the beat. I heard the music, and I just took it and then I did my verse.
Right.
I think that's my recollection. But when I heard it, I didn't know. I just thought it was just a good song. The people said it was great. Now I think it's great because I got paid. But to me, it was just like all the other songs. It's
Right.
like, okay, I did my work on that song. Okay, next. I never fall in love with songs like that when I'm making songs.
I think we all have to think about and being honest about who we were and where we were at in life with a lot of this stuff. Because for me, I teach hip hop. I'm at my fourth
Yeah,
HBCU.
congratulations, man. That's impressive.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
thank you. But what I try and get into is the fact that, I don't think that we all knew our value or what we had in any of this stuff we're doing during the course of this journey. Because we're thinking, for me, it's something to do. It's something in the meantime, kind of, sort of, subconsciously. So for us to put that much energy in like, oh, this is what House Party's going to do. This is what Mine's Playing Tricks on Me going to do. At the time, like you said, there's something there. There's something about it. But at the same time, where we at in life right now, we still living with our parents even though we got hits? Are we, how we with material, what we have in our life, what's going on in our life for these things to be going on. We're living maybe almost just day by day. But we don't know that it's going to become what it's going to become, and how dare we take credit and say, oh, I always knew. You know what I'm saying?
No,
This was
no.
part of the plan.
No,
it
we
was
could-
nothing like that,
No.
whatsoever. You
No,
know
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
we could ever say that. And so I would say I would draw that parallel, like you saying, like Mind Playing Tricks was going to be there, and we sure didn't know that House Party, would be the standard bearer to this day that it is. Real quick, a House Party story. Before it came out, they called us up. New Line Cinema called us up and said, "Hey man, we want you to come to this screening. We're doing a screening in Newark,
Jersey?
New Jersey."
Yeah.
Which is,
And a high
anybody
school,
know
I think it
Newark.
was.
Yeah,
They had
about
high school
high
students
school
there
kids.
and
Yeah, they
stuff
had a
like
bunch
that.
of high school kids. They're all from Newark.
Yeah.
And they're going to get them in, and they're going to show the movie. And they had us upstairs in the balcony when nobody else was, so they didn't want people to know we were there. So this is me and dude up in the balcony and watching the movie. And at first, I don't know if you remember this, they told us they were just going to show like a 10-minute snippet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they first, but as it went on, they were showing the whole damn movie.
Wow.
Okay? So we're watching it. Man, these
They
kids
tripping.
are going
Yeah, I
out
know
of
it.
their freaking mind. And this is how I knew. This is how I knew we had something. It was that part in the movie where, man, I'm getting chased all over town, full force on me, da 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 da. And I finally get out on the street, and then Play's in the car with Martin and the girls and stuff like that. And dude, he sees me. He sees me. I'm waving my hands. I'm like, yo, get me. These niggas chasing me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And he just goes out there. And then Martin's like, yo, wasn't that place? Ah, man, he be all right. He gets to the party like
No,
that.
I said, was it? I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, I was playing dumb.
Buff me off, this and that. Man, at that point in the movie, some kid jumped up out of his seat. He said, "Play, you ain't shit." And we was like, but that's how I hit him. That's just like how you do your mans like that.
People got involved. They
Yeah,
really
you
got
just
involved.
seen this movie for the first time, and then we looked at each other. We was like, "Yo, this is gonna be a thing."